1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Out there in guitar land, Mike Henning here, coming to you today with one of my favorite all-time songs, Wildwood Flower in the key of C. This is one of my favorite warm-up songs. I'm always looking for new ways to play this beautiful old melody. It's been done by a lot of people over the years, and it's an absolute must-know. I did a beginner version of this song a while back, and I would definitely recommend checking out that version first. I think I did 3 arrangements of it, and we go over the absolute basic melody and then how to add some basic strumming, some basic hammer-ons. So definitely check out that version before jumping into this one. But I worked up another version because I love this song so much. This one's more of an intermediate, maybe drifting into advanced level arrangement. We're going to do a bunch of cross-picking. We're going to shift the melody a little bit in the measure to kind of mess with the timing a little bit. And we're going to add some more licks. Just get a little bit further away from the melody, but still implying that beautiful old melody. I'll break down the 2 solos note for note and then show you some more advanced backup using some bass runs. I'll show you this cool Tony Rice chord substitution he did in the B part. That's really fun. I'll show you that as well. All right, let's break down an intermediate level arrangement for Wildwood Flower in the key of C. All right, let's start breaking down this first solo for the intermediate version of Wildwood Flower. Remember, we're in the key of C. We're playing out of C position. You can play this with your capo wherever you want, though. All right, let's jump into the solo. All right, so this solo is a series of phrases. So we'll play measures 1 through the beginning of 6, which is like phrase 1, and we'll break it down phrase by phrase. I think that'll be the easiest way to learn this tune. Here we go. Do that a few times. Do it one time really slow. Okay, so we're going to start with a pickup in measure 1 and just kind of hang out in your C shape right here. Again, a classic kind of technique in bluegrass or sometimes kind of Carter inspired picking is called playing out of the chord shape. So we're basically keeping our fingers down, even though we're not playing on these high strings right now. For example, I've still got the notes, I've still got my C chord down. That kind of, it's almost like an insurance policy. If I want to do some strumming, I can do that, and that's very common in bluegrass. It's called playing out of the chord shape. So that's what we're going to do for this lesson. So beat 1 of measure 1 is going to be a rest, and then on beat 2, we're going to play a down up on 2, and we're going to play the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then the open D, and then the 2nd fret on the D, and then you're going to move your ring finger to the 3rd fret of the D string. We're basically walking up the first 5 notes of a scale, and then that's just what we're doing. We're getting up to this melody note, the open 3rd string. That's all we're doing there. So we're just walking up into that note that we want to play as our first melody note in measure 2. So we're going to go. And remember, we're going to use the rule on down beats. We're going to use down picks. So those will be the staple looking symbols below the tab. On upstrokes, we're going to use the upstrokes. On the upbeats, we're going to use upstrokes. So that's the V looking symbol. Super important. Some other, different types of picking, cross picking, might use down, down, ups or something like that. But in this case, we're just going to follow that rule. Downstrokes on the downbeats, upstrokes on the upbeats. I think that's a great way to learn. And once you get more advanced, you can mess with the picking if you want. But I think it's a really solid rule to follow. Downstrokes on the downbeats, upstrokes on the upbeats. So again, we're playing down, up, down, down, because we're going 2 and 3, 4. So we're going, 1, 2, and 3, 4. And again, you can kind of keep in your chord shape. And then for measure 2, we're going to do a little cross picking. So open 3rd string. We're kind of going up and down the strings, 3, 2, 1, 2. And again, I'm going down, up there. That'd be just a good pattern to practice. You could also just forget your left hand for a second if you want and just focus on your right. Just get that pattern down. So that's what we're going to do for measure 2 to start it. We're filling up around that melody note. The melody is... So we're just filling up around that. And then we're going to do an open 2 hammer-on. And then 2nd string, 1st string, down, up. So that time we're substituting a down, up with just that hammer-on. So we have, I'm just looping measure 2. Don't rush through that hammer-on, give that a little accent too. And then we're going to go down to, basically move your 2nd finger down to the 4th string and do that same open 2 hammer-on. And this time we are going to pick through the notes. So same picking pattern, down, up, down, up. And then 3rd fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and then open, and then down, up, 4th string, 3rd string, just to fill it up, and then back to the 2nd fret, and then a little lick. So the 2nd fret is the 3rd note of the scale. It's like that major 3rd. So what we're doing is just like a little lick. We're pulling off that flatted 3rd, which gives it just a little bluesy quality. And I like pulling down toward my palm. And then I'm landing on the 2nd fret of the 5th string with an upstroke. And then 3rd fret. It's kind of like a Clarence White style lick, or you might have heard Tony Rice do something like that. You could also do it on the 5th string for like a G. You might have. And if you do it on the 4th string, it's like for a C. And the other crucial thing there is we're still doing a down up with our pick. And we're basically getting 3 notes, 4 E and. 4 E and is how you count it. So let's put that together. So we have. The other thing I like to do there, and it's not necessarily important, but I just think it's good practice, is when I go to that G in measure 4, I kind of like putting my pinky up on this 3rd fret of the high E string. Again, I'm kind of thinking of playing out of that chord shape of a G there. So I'm kind of going C for 2 measures, and then G, C. You do that a lot in Carter style where you use your pinky. Something like that. So I just do that just kind of by habit. But you don't have to, but that's just a good habit to get into. It's kind of like your insurance policy. You're just thinking out of those chord shapes as a way to solo, okay? So let's play that a few more times. And then we're going to do a little run, and then I'll play it a few more times. Open on the low string, open, 1, 2, 3. Open 2 on the 5th string. Just like a little run, so you have. Just just like a good little fill lick or ending lick to a C, So again, we're walking down. You know, the other option there would be just going like filling it with like a strum. Something like that, right? So we're just making it a little fancier. If you wanted to make it even fancier, you could add one more note and do it on an upstroke. So add that first fret on the A string as well. Either way would work. So let's play that a few more times. I also kind of like to give that run like a little accent. Kind of, you know, play with authority there. A little faster. You can just loop it. Okay, so that's into measure 6, and then measure 6, we pick it up the exact same way into phrase 2, which is the same melody as phrase 1, and we're just going to do a little variation. So we walk it up the same way. And then right here I just played the 2nd fret and then an open 3rd string just to fill it up a little bit more. And then on the G, this time I did cross picking. So we just filled it up again with that down up picking. 2nd fret, and then open 2, so open 4th string and then 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then 3rd fret, and then another fill lick. So very similar, we do octaves, 3rd fret, 1st fret, 2nd string, and then go down the notes, open 2, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd fret, and then that little pull off lick. We're going to use that little pull off lick a lot. So we have, and one little tip there I found that helped me was keep this finger down just a little bit longer than you think. Okay, so let's play that 6 through 10 into the beginning of 11. Same phrase. You could also go back and play measures 2 through 6 if you didn't like that measures 6 through 10 for whatever reason. So again, same exact melody. We're just implying it slightly differently, okay? One more time.